Hey, what's up guys, Eager94 back with another action figure review, and today we are looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends House of X Sentinel Build-A-Figure wave. This is Charles Xavier, or Professor X. Alright, as we can see the figure displayed on the front there. On the side we get the side art image looking like that. And on the back side we have the rest of the wave along with an image of the character. A read-up that reads, Xavier reveals his master plan. One that will bring mutants out of humankind's shadow and once again into the light. If you guys are interested in picking up this wave, you can do so at BigBadToyStore.com. There is a link down in the description below where you guys can pick yourself up a set. So here is Professor X, Charles Xavier, out of the package. Comes out looking like this. Pretty normal, basic, I guess. It's just all black body with a nice looking head sculpt right there. So how in the heck is Charles walking? How is he not in a wheelchair like we always see him? So he has a new body. Yeah, pretty much. This is pretty much Phantom X's body that Xavier used to build himself a new, younger body. I know, it's kind of weird. So here's a closer look at the figure, and we can see his, correct me if I'm wrong, but a portable Cerebro helmet that he wears. So you can go anywhere with it. And it looks pretty good. It's just all gray gunmetal. Got some tubes, got some nice detail in the back. It's not painted, but still some nice detail. We got the painted X on the front there. And then the little smirk is a nice touch on the sculpted face. It's not just a, bland expression or anything like that. Now the body is just all black, as he looks in the comics, so that's fine. And he's sporting the body that a lot of previous Spider-Man figures sported, and some of the symbiote characters like Lasher and I think Carnage had this one too. Now he comes with these two hands attached. We have one grabbing hand with like his index finger touching his thumb, and the other grabbing hand is like that. It's just opened up. We get an alternate set, a left hand with a pointing finger and a right hand with the index and the middle finger pointing like this. We do get an alternate head, which is nice. We have a Charles Xavier without the helmet on, and we have a nice effect going on in the back. A nice updated effect for a Professor X compared to what we got with the deluxe Riders version. This is a nice added touch there. I like this one a lot. And then lastly, we get the right arm to our Sentinel Build-A-Figure. So that much closer to building and reviewing our Sentinel. So there's a quick look at the head sculpt attached to the body there. And it's a very super tight fit. For whatever reason, this comes with the figure and it's really hard to attach to the figure. I hate when that happens, but it tends to happen with alternate heads all the time, which is so odd. But it does take some force to put it in there, and it kind of scares you because it looks like you're going to break this plastic piece on the back. So be careful with that. And I tried to remove it, and it doesn't seem to be removable. I'm sure you can force it off and then have it without it if you want that. But then you'll have an exposed peg hole in the back. But anyways, that looks pretty good. So there's your alternate head in case you don't want the helmet attached to the figure. And of course we can get him posed with his special beam cannon finger hands there. So he's about to, I'm just kidding. So obviously this is our traditional Professor X pose with these fingers on the forehead here. So it looks pretty good. I like it. Alright, so when it comes to the articulation of the figure, the head's on a ball jointed hinge. Comes off if you go too far back, as you just saw. But he looks up about that far before it pops off. And then he looks down that far right there. The head's going to go left and right. There's a bit of a head tilt there. The arms are going to go forward and back. They go in and out. We have a shoulder butterfly joint here, which I always like that. So that goes in and out. There's a bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows, swivel at the wrist with a hinge. We have an ab crunch. Doesn't crunch back too far. You got to kind of force that. But he goes forward more so. There's a waist swivel. T-joints looks forward pretty high up. Goes back down, in and out. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. We have an ankle hinge at the foot, and then there's a rocker at the foot as well. So first up for our comparison, of course, we have Professor X next to Professor X. This is the Riders series that came with the hover chair, and you can see there they stand about the same height, kinda. If you look at the bottom of the chin, he does stand taller than the Riders series in the suited body. This body just overall is a taller body. And here's a look at that Professor X suited body with the new head sculpt with the effect behind it. You can pull it off. The skin tone does not match 100%, but you can still pull it off. Looks a lot better than the effect piece that came with this Professor X. So this is an option for you guys if you want to display him with this head instead. And then if you don't want an effect at all, this is the head that came with the Suited Body Rider series without anything, and it actually fits fairly well. Not too bad. It's not a tight fit. It's not a loose fit either. Looks pretty good. Alright, so next up I'll put him next to the Omega Sentinel figure from this very wave, standing just about the same height, a little bit shorter than Professor X. Here we have him next to Marvel Girl, which is a shorter figure, so as you can see. And these two know each other very well. We have Moira McTaggart next to Charles Xavier. And then lastly, from this very wave, we have Magneto. And then there's a look at him next to Firestar. Here is Cyclops from the Jubilee Build-A-Figure wave. And then lastly, I'll throw in the Juggernaut wave Wolverine. Alright guys, and that right there is going to do it for my review of the Hasbro Marvel Legends Charles Xavier from the House of X Tri-Sentinel Build-A-Figure wave. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and leave me a like down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the figure and on the wave so far. Subscribe if you have not done so already. Stay tuned for more upcoming reviews. As always, guys, have a great day. Bye.
That's crispy.